My name is Reed Brown. I'm the director of A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. We are here at Riverside Theatre in UWEC. We are right before dress rehearsal. This is the set, in fact. We're getting very close to opening night. To me, A Midsummer Night's Dream was one of the first great plays about dreams, and it was long before we knew about the psyche, long before we knew about Freud, long before we had dream interpretations. Shakespeare was already writing about what we dream, what we imagine, what we conceive, and then when we wake up the next day, was it real? Was it not? Was it all in our imaginations, or perhaps we were visited by fairies or spirits? But all of these things are included in this play. I think that's one of the reasons why it's still one of the most popular plays that Shakespeare ever wrote.
Hi, my name is Kevin Gawley. I'm the Associate Professor of Scenic and Lighting Design at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, Department of Music and Theater. And I am the designer, scenic and lighting designer for Midsummer Night's Dream. Midsummer Night's Dream, as you can see sort of in progress behind you, is a show that's been set in Victorian England in the steampunk era. And this is a collaboration between myself as well as the director, Reed Brown, who had, along with him and the costume designer, Amanda Professor, decided that they wanted to set this production in steampunk. One of the things that was given to me as inspiration is that Reed wanted to have a jungle gym, and he wanted to have some sort of water on stage that they could be in. The second part that's really interesting on stage is sort of the Industrial Revolution part of the steampunk genre, and that is sort of the idea of the factory settings that were popping up all over the place. And so we wanted to create an environment that gave us a feel of a factory that was inside. One of the great elements of steampunk is the idea of steel and metal, and so there's a lot of steel and metal work throughout the show, and anything that is not steel and metal has been painted to represent steel and metal. Create water in this environment that would work within the metal, and so what we've ended up creating was, in the center of the main gear is a pool of water that is reachable through 8 or 5 spokes, and then a ramp that goes up to the stage and off stage. And what I liked about the idea of water was the fact that it really brought us into the forest and how it helped us change locations between Athens and the forest. So there, in addition to the water, there's a waterfall, and the waterfall will come down on the ramps on stage and pour into the pool. So that's another exciting sort of creation of the water flowing over the steel and coming into the environment.
I am Claire Kafka-Duda, and I am playing Hermia in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
My name is Jake Brockman, and I play Theseus.
Hi, I'm Nikolai Kettleson. I'm playing Oberon in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Alright, so Hermia she's a young woman who lives in Athens. Her father is Aegeus, and he has chosen a husband for her who she doesn't want to marry. And so he takes her before the Duke of Athens and pretty much says, you either have to marry him or you're gonna die, or you can become a nun. And Hermia is very headstrong. She can be very sweet, but when she doesn't get her way, she gets very feisty. So she decides with her lover, Lysander, that they're going to run away. And as they leave Athens, they get into some sticky situations, and she can get really, really fiery.
So the character I play is Theseus, and he is the Duke of Athens. This character's been really, really exciting for me to play. One, I've never played a king or duke before, so it's fun to be the top dog. Another thing that's really exciting about this character in particular is that a lot of times Shakespeare uses Theseus to talk directly to the audience.
I'm playing Oberon, the Fairy King. He's kind of like this powerful, almost like ancient Greek kind of demigod, I would say, that kind of rules this cyberpunk world that is doubling as our forest in the classical telling. Kind of very jealous, and I think I'm kind of above all this like lover's quandary stuff, but I like have almost the worst one there is. And I get to climb on kind of like this thunderdome that we have around the building that acts as the set in the world that we've created for the play. And it's pretty exciting, about 12-15 feet up, and yelling my lines and domineering the other fairies in my kingdom to do my bidding. It's a lot of fun. Why should people come see A Midsummer Night's Dream?
People need to come see this show because, one, it's Shakespeare. Everyone should see a Shakespeare play, like, at some point in their lifetime. Two, this production is the largest and coolest thing I've ever seen. You're gonna have fairies climbing around in the rafters. They're gonna be swimming in the pools. There's sword fighting, people swinging on chains, running around, and it's just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You do not want to miss it.
It's Shakespeare, and it's awesome. And I know if some of you don't like Shakespeare, back when I was younger and didn't know anything, I didn't really get it either. But when you see it, and when you see like the passion and the work that we put into it, and just the amazing set that we built and everything else, you're going to be blown away.
Not only is it written by a brilliant man, William Shakespeare, but the directing has taken the vision of the dream to a very interesting place where we're combining steampunk and cirque and the Victorian era and ancient Athens and all of these things, and there's this crazy sense of chaos that comes when the characters enter the woods. And it's really, really interesting, especially if you've never experienced Shakespeare before. And if you have, if you're a seasoned Shakespearean theater goer, you will be pleasantly surprised at where this show is going. So you should all come and see it.
Now,